look what I got. Panda Game Manufacturing very kindly sent me a game designer toolkit. And so we're gonna unbox it together to check it out. And if anyone out there also wants to send me some free stuff, feel free. Okay, so here it is, the game designer toolkit. I love the Panda logo, so cute. So if you don't know, Panda Manufacturing is like one of the top manufacturers of games. Some of your favorite games were probably made by Panda Manufacturing. And so I know a lot of designers who self-publish go with Panda. This, I believe, is kind of to show sort of the quality of their components, but also it'll kind of give you all that you need to start a game. If you have a game idea, this will give you some little bits and pieces that you can make it with. Right on the back, it says, what is this? So let's just read that. This box contains the next hit game, or at least it will when you're done with it. Inside, you'll find a plethora of bits and components to help you create a full prototype of your own game. What will you create? So then it gives a list of the contents, but let's find out together what is inside. There are some other things in here. There's the Omni deck. One deck of cards, countless games. Cool. This is hefty too. You hold in your hands the Omni deck, a modern marvel of game innovation. Panda sees the infinite possibilities of a deck of cards, and we've jam-packed these 108 cards with tons of useful markings and symbols. Play hundreds of games, replace entire sets of dice, track resources, or use this deck to design and playtest your own games. Very cool. So we will be checking that out as well. So we've got this and this. And it looks like they also included a playtesting journal or a notebook, however you want to use it, but I would use this for my playtesting notes. And they have the little panda. I don't know if you can see the little panda on the front. This is always so helpful. I just finished a playtesting journal. This one, I finished that. Well, I realized that I had finished it and I hadn't put like my end date. So with my playtesting journals, I like to put when I start writing in it and when I finish writing in it, and then I'll just file this away with my other playtesting journals. It's just an easy way to look back on my notes. So I did start another one, but honestly, I'm quite a ways through it. So this will be my next one. So very exciting to have a playtesting journal as well. And they included a second game designer toolkit. So what I was thinking about this one, I'm going to raffle this off to one of my members. So if you're not a member already, be sure to join, and then I will raffle this off at the next members only live stream, which will be Sunday, July 14th, 2024. There's a join button below. If you click that, you can become a member. I playtest games with my members every Sunday. We have a very active Discord channel where we're always chatting about different things. There's a bunch of different perks for being a member, and one of them is a monthly members only stream. And sometimes I raffle things off. Like a couple months ago, I raffled off a free one-on-one session with me. I actually met with a member yesterday, and it was awesome to talk over their games and stuff. And I also raffled off a copy of my game Blob Party. So yeah, it's lots of fun. It's a great community, so feel free to join and you could win your own game designer toolkit. So I'll put that to the side and save that for whoever's gonna win it. So let's open these up and see what's inside. Okay, so got a little info package here. Oh, that's cool. A little scoring track for a game. That always comes in handy. Okay, so at Panda, our goal is to support you at every stage of your game design and publishing journey. We've seen our clients grow from hobby designers scribbling on blank cards for quick playtests to award-winning designers and publishers with numerous titles on store shelves. We provide countless resources to help you through the process, foremost of which is this game design toolkit. We hope you use this kit to work on your next great idea. I should mention that if you want to buy this, you can go to the Panda website and I'll include a link to that below. So yeah, then this gives some more info about design considerations from a manufacturer's perspective, which is always interesting, especially if you're self-publishing. If you're planning on pitching to publishers, you don't have to super worry about that. That's the publisher's problem. But if you are self-publishing, then this is definitely something to think about. So, you know, for example, try to limit unique die cut patterns and lay out your sheets to help reduce them. Optimize the number of cards in your game to fill full card sheets. So things like that. Okay, so let's check out what else is inside. Okay, we've got, oh my God, always fun to have little cubes and different shapes of pieces in different colors. So I just grabbed some of my prototyping storage bins. They are disorganized right now because I was traveling, and so I made sort of a to-go container of all of my most essential things. So I kind of took bits and pieces from all of my different prototyping bins and put them in here. So this is a bit disorganized, but normally I have this in a bin and it's by color. So it's all different bits and pieces by color. So this will be great to add to that. And they're all different shapes too, which is cool. So there's triangles, there's hexagons, there's cubes, there's little stars. So that will be really good to have different shapes for the different colors that I already have. So like now I will add this little, oh, they also have, was that a pentagon? I'm trying to remember all my geometric shapes from elementary school. So now I can add this to my purple section, and now I have different shapes for the different colors. That's how I organize my little cubes and things like that, but let me know how you organize them. Do you keep them by shape or is it by color? So these are always super, super handy to have. So that is a great addition to my prototyping materials. Look at these cute little things. These are the cutest little dice I've ever seen. And they're sort of translucent, which I love. So in my game Chronicles of Light that's coming out soon, the dice are also kind of translucent like this, and I absolutely love that look. So these are very, very cool. So it's always good to have dice. And it's always good to have different colors of dice in case you want to, if your game calls for that. So that's always good. Then we have blank cards, but they do have like a little grid, kind of like a little grid on it. So they're not completely blank. That's cool. They kind of look like the code names cards with like the things on the outside and then like the little grid on the inside. There you go. That's the front, that's the back. That will be very handy. This shape is always very handy to make like grids or different things like that. These square cards are always really helpful. And then we have the more standard poker card size deck. And these also have these sort of grid lines on them as well. Well, the front, I guess, that's the front. And then that's the back. And there's a ton of cards here, so always super helpful as well to just scribble on them and you can make a full game. I'm actually prototyping a game. I was hoping to play test tonight, but I don't think I'll have time. I am not going to be play testing it tonight, but I'm hoping to play test it next week. And so I might use these instead of printing off a bunch of cards and cutting them. These are already cut. They're the perfect size. So yeah, I might use these for that game. Very exciting. Okay, so on here they have like those little, see those little circles in the corner and in the middle? So I guess, you know, that could be where you put these little stickers. Look at these little cute little stickers. All these different fun little stickers. Oh, there's a meeple there. We're not allowed to say that anymore, right? I don't know if you heard, but some company in Germany, I think, trademarked the word meeple. So it's a bit fuzzy right now about whether or not you can say the word meeple or have a meeple in your game, which is pretty silly. But that's another story. Then we have some punch outs. Cool. Oh, fun. So this is like such a great size. So I'll show you the whole board. There's the whole board, and then here's the little punch out I just did. This is like the perfect size because I feel like you always need a token around this size for so many different things. There's a whole bunch of them too. So there's this whole one, and there's this whole one. And this is really cute. So it says use this box bottom as a dice tray. So you can roll the dice in here. Love that. Multi-use, always good. They made an interesting point on this sheet. They said, don't throw this away after you punch these out. You can then use this as a stencil, which is always handy for sure. So that is the toolkit. Let's check out the Omni deck. These cards have a lot going on them, but it's a very cool idea. So there's an example. Show you another one. So you have traditional playing card suits and numbers in the corner. They're calling these Euro game resources. So see those two trees there? So like you could play this game and just look at the certain things that you want to use. So it'd be like, this card is 2 trees. This card is 1 wheat. This card is 1 sheep. This card is a brick. And so on. So it's basically Catan icons. So that's interesting. And then victory points. You have the victory points here. And then they have different game mechanics. So you see hand management, modular board, tile placement, and so on. I would definitely use this for is to generate ideas. And so what I would do is I would just pick maybe 2 cards, be like, okay, so we got rock, paper, scissors, and a hexagon grid. So what game can I make using those 2 mechanics? So I could see that being really fun, and being like maybe going through the deck and seeing like how many games can I make using all these different mechanics? Can I use every mechanic that they list here in some game? That could be a cool challenge. That would be pretty tough, but you can go through and see what you've done already, see which ones you haven't done yet. So that's really fun. And there's a lot. So there's a bunch here and there's a whole nother deck here. Yeah, there's 108 cards. A lot of possibilities here. Then they also have dice on the side. So you could use them instead of rolling dice. You can draw a card, and then depending on which type of die you're using, you would look to see the different number there. So if you're saying, all right, now roll a d20, you then draw this card and you rolled a 20. So that's great. But then if you drew this card, it would be a 2. And then they also have words. So just like random words. So achieve, evolve. So you could use it as a word deck as well. So yeah, very, very cool idea to make cards with so many different things on them and different ways that you could use the same deck for multiple games. So that's really interesting. That was just a quick unboxing of the game design toolkit from Panda Manufacturing. And then you can also see the quality of like, you know, the box that it came in and everything like that. You know, see what their tuck boxes look like and feel like. Definitely cool, especially if you are thinking about self-publishing. When I was first thinking about self-publishing many years ago, that's when I first learned about Panda Manufacturing, and I actually emailed them and we went back and forth about the game that I wanted to make. And then I eventually decided not to go down the self-publishing route before I actually got anything made with Panda, but they were great to work with. I've worked with them when I run playtesting conventions. They're always a great supporter of events like that. They're a great team and they make great products. And I'm not just saying that because they sent me this free stuff. Like, I thought that before. If you want to buy a copy, I'll include the link below. If you want to win a copy, you can join my membership group. Thanks again to Panda for sending me the game design toolkit and the Omni deck and the journal. Really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what cool games I make with these things.